All right, great. Thank you, guys. Podcast Wednesday night. All right, we're going to uh, let's jump into the Q&A. So, oh, let's pick up. Greetings, this is Archangel Michael. Blessings. Yeah, there's always a shift in consciousness, a change as you're experiencing of the unknown. Unknown timelines are more apparent now than they have been in the past. At least on a publicly on a public stage, meaning that a hidden timeline can come in and change everything. And sometimes it happens with weather systems. Um, or an easier example, like a weather anomaly can come out of nowhere. And yes, you can blame your government and all that, but they only have so much power. But also, human consciousness is still allowing it to happen. So there's many different layers of why things occur. But a lot of this, what you're going through now, at least on a health stage, is allow, well, yeah, you're shifting timelines, several timelines. You're actually removing a lot of old timelines, and it's one way to do it. There's other ways, but this is a more subtle approach. And you're yes, an exit timeline ranges. I've been holding on your Earth for a very long time, and the new energies as you're connecting to, some of you are actually seeing the future. Maybe not recently, it's usually it's a little bit further out. The further out timelines, you'd be surprised when they occur, where you have more freedom of the mind, where you're not getting censored so much. That will occur, but first you have to show the censorship first, as always does in history. Censorship is always dictatorships. It just changed. Now it's online. Usually it's just found another place to live until it gets healed. So it's running out of places to go also. So, blessings to you as we begin your journeys into the next phase. Blessings. Greens. You're Anunnaki. There is, we are aware from the collective. There is what you call a soul split as the humans were being developed, or any species for that matter, but the human, as we can feel and even talk to the spirit being that was about to enter the body, and we can feel some of that energy go into the body, where it was not all of it. So we can realize how soul fractals worked. Even spirit beings even teach us how to improve the body. So for Anunnaki beings, are just able to speak to spirit differently than most alien beings. Every alien being can talk to it to a certain degree, but there are connection. It is basically spirit talk to us as human, to assist with the human development as you are here, basically to improve the body. That's basically all we do. Some, yeah, you're the image of us and all that. There's some truth to that, but most of it is for the spirit to be able to work through the body, what you have in the modern day. So we were just, you can say, kind of the chosen ones for that. The spirit chose us. as it was spirit choosing what you are going through too. Also, so because spirit can see what is necessary for growth. Alien beings can't see that. We can see it to an extent, but the spirit realm sees it more clearly. So, greetings. We are from Sirius. We are tiger beings again. We are connected to that consciousness. I was speaking recently. Your domestic cats actually just do some of it comes from your cheetah. A little bit comes through your domestic cats, little pieces. But basically, how can you take a big cat and shrink it down? And what is useful for the human and a homely lair? But some, of course, some domestic cats are very feel like they're in a jungle where they destroy everything, or they want to make it home. But also, like why they destroy certain things is why, like furniture. It's not always because they're bored, because they feel the energies there that are there. They're actually releasing whatever. Even your couch can have a possession. I mean, a being can possess it. Now it does have a consciousness, but other beings can enter it also. So you might look at your furniture a little bit differently. So we're also here to answer questions whenever.
Oh, greetings, Tiger Collective. Blessings. Thank you for coming in. That sounds like a Rick and Morty episode there with the furniture.
Yeah.
All right. Up first this evening we have Logan.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I would like to know if there are any messages from the being Thoth, the Egyptian god.
He sees you as a brother, but also sees you as a family or sister, also from previous lifetimes. Two of you have also switched roles, meaning that you have been the god on other worlds also. Well, you weren't really seeing it as a god, but people might see it that way. But that was not really the point. But this is the energy that has been. It comes and goes with you. It seems it's not one that's prominent, but it is one that gives you guidance when it's necessary. If you're doing a channeling of this being, it's definitely would be probably one of the prominent beings that you connect to. If you want a direct answer. So it seems like it's a presence that's there and not always there. Blessings.
Thank you. My second question is, are there any messages from the goddess Sophia?
Well, as human challenges you've seen before you entered into this world that you wish to acknowledge, your location of where you live it has a lot to do with actually the ley lines. So you're close to certain ley lines where you get your activations for what you're here to do. Of course, people here also, but it's like you follow the ley lines. So anytime you want to travel and you might just want to go to a certain place, but it's also connected to the ley lines. Of course, this is for everyone, but for you, it has a specific reason. It seems like also you send information from the ley line into your alien friends and all that, or even ley lines can also get blocked, and they can also be protected. So it's like a ley line war going on here. You can say that's what's manipulating your planet at this time, because those that are running your world know how to operate your ley lines. So blessings.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, blessings. Up next we have Daria.
Hello.
Greetings.
Greetings. Any messages that could be nice to hear?
Well, we see is your energy has like a like a shattering ability, like you have like a maybe not a screech, but maybe a screech, like a voice tune where you have a being and it shatters. Is what we see. It's not something you use very often, but it's something that you are capable of doing. But you can take a soul and fractalize it. Sometimes that's necessary. Some souls do get kind of stuck in their old ways, so you break it apart. And they actually thank you for it. Not always, but usually. So souls can get stuck in their old ways. You also do it to planets too. Why the planet changes, even where it changes off its axis. So, not sure if that's helpful or not. That's what we see.
Yeah, very much. There's a feline here wants to say meow.
Yeah, that's one of our people.
Okay.
Saying hi.
Yeah, she flew in here in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In bed, yes. Wants to take over your bed, I believe.
Yeah, she's in my bed right now, and
Yeah.
that's not a good thing though. But
It's
okay.
Shiba. Actually, she is connected to Shiba.
Cool.
What we
Well, any other messages that can be beneficial for my 3D? I kind of saw this soul this. I mean, how do you pull out this whole thing? I just saw it last week, so this kind of synchronicity with that, which I already knew. So, but any other messages? Maybe what's happening in astral with this?
Well, this is not a normal message. When you have like your devil of a planet, there are devils here, or Satan. You've actually, removed Satan from his lair. I think you already know that though. That also means the Earth cycle is changing. So yeah, you reposition, say, or just kick him out altogether, whatever it works. Not many beings are known to do that, but you have to be real. As they call it, a special kind of person. Because some beings do it and get absorbed by it and become Satan themselves. They gotta be careful. But this also shows a time like Satan must have left the earth because now things have gotten better. And which is true in a lot of ways. But he got moved around where he's not as powerful. Because where that energy lies, yeah, they can kind of control everything, kind of like a puppet master.
Yeah.
But they lose that position. And they know they're going to lose it eventually. So,
well, that's a cool message. Thank you.
yes. Yes.
Well, good night from me and Shiba.
Yes, Shiba. Yes.
Bye.
Okay, blessings. Thank you for that. Up next, we have Emmy.
Hello.
Greetings. Yes.
Greetings to you. I was just wondering if you have any unique messages for me from your collective.
Yeah, you're kind of like in a paradox of reality at this time, unknown. We do see you doing a lot of time traveling at this time. As yes, it might not, nothing really is fitting into place because it seems like it seems like it's all political in the long run. So it feels like your timeline is very connected to the political situation that's happening. And you're kind of being affected by it because they're assisting in the transition in astral, which isn't going so well. But it's happening. I mean, I feel like it will happen, and it's where in a positive force, but it's not easy. Like some individuals that would be removed from office. So you've been kind of battling this for the whole year, where you started having financial problems. That's where it started to come in. So you can thank POTUS for all that. Well, you're kind of like a secret, society figure. So, well, I feel like you're also part of women of power too. You're involved with it, and you weren't doing it by yourself, but you were involved. So.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just wondering. I always ask the job question. I think that something positive is coming this week, but I'm just wondering if you have anything like for my health lately. I mean, I've tried to get it in control, but I've been feeling like up and down, and like sometimes I notice a pattern that I'll have guests over at times, and I can only take them for like maybe a few days at the most, and after a while I just kind of want them to be independent, or just kind of not depend on me to do anything, or I just don't want to do anything. And I'm just wondering, like, what do you have to say about it? Because sometimes I just kind of get aggravated.
Well, yeah, they have to work on themselves. So you're seeing more of people not really improving themselves, basically.
Right.
Not, you kind of, when you do your work on them, they don't really fulfill what you've done. It's like, yeah, they kind of brush it off and go back to their old ways. They already know that. So, but it goes deeper. You work in their chakra system for them to improve themselves, and some do it, most don't. So that's why you give them kind of a grace period to figure themselves out. But they're not ready. They're used to the old energies and the old direction. They're not ready to. It's like an old dog doesn't want to learn new tricks. It's basically human energy. Also, human doesn't want to learn new tricks, usually, unless forced to. Which a lot of forcing is going on at this point.
Yeah, I think this is just like making everybody, forcing everybody in a situation that they have to look at themselves and whether they do something about it or make any improvements. I guess it's up to them.
Well, even your canine side seems to be where a lot of your healing comes from.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're humanizing it, but yes, you spend a lot of time as a canine being. I think you have some understanding. That's why you can speak to your canine friend so easily.
Yeah, she's my bestie.
Yeah, so just so you can focus on what you're here to do. That's what she's there for. No matter what, you can go through them. So next year should be a better year. In your work situations, possibly this Friday things will turn around.
Yes, I'm looking forward to something positive. Hopefully I'll be the pick.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So, all right.
Thank you very much. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Dragon.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Yeah, I had a pet cat for about half my life. He was really cute, really sweet. Maine Coon cat. They're a really good breed. Talk a lot. They're very vocal. He was also, you mentioned about wrecking the house. He was very good about not wrecking the house, but he knew when he was doing something wrong and would sometimes try to get away with it. And their cats are very good at pretending they don't know they're doing something wrong. But he'd be scratching at something he's not supposed to, and like watching me the whole time. I'd be ready to move my mouth, and he'd just take off. Well, since tigers are a pretty beefy animal on Earth, I mean, you're not the same animal, or same whatever, but probably somewhat involved in their creation, I imagine.
Yes.
So I want to ask a question. Maybe you can answer this. Humans are, especially for their size, are pretty damn weak. They have to work out. I mean, they have to work out constantly to get the type of muscles and strength that animals like gorillas are just born with. I mean, to be as strong as a gorilla, and I don't know if a human could ever be that strong, pretty much have to be a world-class bodybuilder to do things like lift cars and stuff like that. But some of the humans' close relatives that we're actually like subspecies, like Neanderthals and some others, which we still carry some of their DNA. As we interbred to some degree, we're extremely strong. Like Neanderthal may have been able to do pretty well against a gorilla in a fight. And I'm just wondering, I always thought it was maybe the Ice Age and having to pick brains over brawn, but I'm wondering if there's maybe some other thing to like why humans ended up becoming so weak.
Well, it had to do with the dangers they were in the past. They kind of took advantage of others. So they became overpowered at one time. So I wouldn't call them weak because their energy is still very strong. Domestic energy, just in family, their voice is strong. Of course, they don't always use it well. So, but yes, their strength has been removed throughout the years. Now, primitive times they were stronger. Even during your Greek time period, Roman times they got weaker. So every generation it got weaker. Yes, it's at a mild state. It's where it needs to be at this point. But yeah, in the primitive time, it was strong where it had to survive. So if it needed more muscle, it was going to give it to it to keep it going. But for the most part,
so when we became more social and city dwelling, that we didn't need the muscle anymore.
Exactly.
And nature got rid of excess stuff we didn't need.
Yeah, if humans needed to walk on water, that would be added if it was a necessity. So you have what you need basically. Yes, but you basically heal social disorder, and that's right now a mess as it is. You don't need to be any stronger. People are pretty strong as it is against each other, and nature kind of has to have that upper hand because humans now have they're not they use weapons to destroy nature.
That's a good point. Stronger, it's bad enough that humans. Yeah. That's
they
a
wipe
good
out
point.
nature. So
yeah, that's a good point. Like humans can kill each other with one punch, so probably don't need to be any stronger.
Yeah, because that would cause more difficulties for your animal population. They're already having trouble as it is to survive. So.
All right, cool. Sorry, you were saying?
Well, if a human can take out an elephant without a weapon, I don't know how long your human race really lasts. So.
I'll cut out for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll listen to that after. This isn't a question, but where were you? Where are you from again, Liren?
No, Sirius.
Sirius. Okay.
Sirius.
Cool. My second question is, do you have any messages for me?
One moment. You see it as a feline being, you taught many humans how to find themselves. Math, science, you were actually a feline being teaching humans. Like even humans that go to class. Maybe not as you have class here. But you were in human form at one time, or feline form at one time. This is like early Egyptian times from what we see. So you're only going to teach so much, and then those that you taught would teach others. And you had a unique knowledge, even from Sirius, it seems, but also you seem to have a lot of energy from Neptune and Venus, but I feel like most of your energy comes from Neptune, from what we see. Your knowledge comes from Neptune. It's like that's like one of your origin planets. Not going into details of what that means exactly, but either way, that's one of your origin planets. Let's just say that. So,
thanks. Much love.
There we go. Up next, we have Steven.
Hello, Tiger Beings.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Thank you much. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
I was wondering, since y'all are from Sirius, I would love if you could connect with my Sirius energies, maybe with the felines, if I have any connections, and just know more, any history, just more information on any lives or what I'm doing now currently. Thank you.
Well, I see most of it is canine. There are feline lives, but I feel like most of that will be in Lyra, or I also see a feline in Uranus, actually. Feline commander there. But in Sirius, I feel like you're warning more from the felines. The felines are not exactly the easiest race to connect to in Sirius. But see more of your canine energies coming through as we connect to it as a canine leader. When it taught languages to other beings, that would be like part of a canine world where humans were allowed to roam around. It's like feline worlds were not always that friendly. We're part of a feline world that was more neutral, that just let anyone visit, and you would get to know whoever that was there. Actually, looking forward to visitors. Actually, we see you as a Doberman, but we've had other forms. We don't have the information on that at this time, but there's several lifetimes in a canine world. It was not Sirius B, but it was connected to it. It was more like a welcome planet, you can say, that you're connected to. It's just a place where it was neutral, friendly, never really skirmishes, really. It just always have peace. Even your worst enemies can go there and chill out without fighting anyone. It's like true neutral planet. And there were felines, because some of the felines of Sirius are warlords. So a lot of them conquered other planets. So even taking down some elephant worlds too. So feline worlds, if you have any, they're mostly, well, I could see underwater beings that they can live above water, and also civilizations there. Okay,
Sweet, sweet. Thank you. Awesome. And second question, I'll just leave it open. Just connect with any of my something maybe a different species maybe we hadn't heard of. Maybe they're just out the gate. Not too far away from us. Thank you.
Well, this one's you've heard of, the Bat Collective. That's not really mentioned very often because they are kind of a fear-based group. Well, they are kind of connected to trickster energies at times, but the bats can also they're kind of like a gothic, mystery worlds usually, but they usually live in inner Earth, normal, or inner planets for that matter. When they are seen, they're usually shapeshifters, and nobody really ever understands them. So your world has a piece of that because you have other worlds that are. This world allowed the vampire, you can say, create other Earths, basically. Not all worlds allow that. This one's like it's allowing everyone to have their own version of Earth, you can say. So the bat people evolved into what you call a vampire, but there's different types. So there are like a man, half bat being. Yeah, they're kind of still a mystery race overall. I'll leave you with that.
Is that connected to the gargoyles?
There is a connection. They separate, but they do connect though. Yeah.
All right, sweet. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have IC.
Good evening, blessings.
Greetings.
Tigers are like royals, right? And like overseers, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to clarify that. My first question, since I've been doing this little project with wording and languages, I was focusing on family names, last names, and how that connection relates to our origins, because everybody has a last name and usually it's connected to like a hometown, a place of origin, father's name, or like something about the generation of that family, but I wanted to see how far of the family tree you could arrive to see to connect to your starseed origins. Is there a way to do that? It's like a little puzzle I'm trying to figure out.
Well, we can give you this. It's not related to us, but the last, the Berg, B-E-R-G, and a last name.
Like the Germans have this a lot.
Yeah, or Spielberg, for example.
Spielberg, okay.
For example, but yeah, any Berg is like a family of royalty. Of course, they come in here acting all normally, but they aren't. So yeah, you have your Rothschilds, but that's a different group.
Of course.
But Berg, it's a different.
Berg is like a bridge, but also could be
right.
a folk people. Mm-hmm. So it's very all these words they connect. Yeah.
Yeah. So the end of the names, the last names, like the real like the Berg part of a name. Okay. You look at other names too that's similar to that. It's like, well, this is somewhat similar, worded differently, but very. Stein is another one you could say, sort of.
So I have to focus on the root of the word, and then I'll find like a connection. Okay, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. My second question is different. It's regarding the Arecibo incident. The observatory that got destroyed in Puerto Rico. It has caused a lot of controversy lately, and even the people from Ancient Aliens, they have been making some comments that they say, oh, it's because of the shitty government and funding, etc. Of Puerto Rico, and yeah, we do have problems regarding our government, but this is a federal institution, and I don't think this is a local jurisdiction, so I think there's something more to it. This place has discovered the first exoplanet. It doesn't just close up because it gets demolished or like in an accident.
Oh, yeah. Well, that is it's used for a covert.
It's a cover story. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just waiting for someone to say it, and
yeah. Well, Puerto Rico is a alien contact.
It's a hub for alien contact.
One of them. There is a lot of Anunnaki there. Refugees. Anunnaki refugees.
Oh my god! Now I'm gonna be on a hunt.
So they broke apart from the main hub that was in Babylon. They went to different places. A lot of it they went to South America, but they also went to Puerto Rico, as you can see. Why would they have something like that there to begin with?
Yeah, and I've seen a connection with the native language and Sumerian. That drives me crazy when I say that. It's amazing.
So the the islands are one of the last places where aliens were actually there in the physical, also. Okay. So Puerto Rico is one of them. So when you have like a 12-foot tall being walking around, I mean, it's on an island. Nobody knows. The bigger countries, Europe has no idea. They're all flourishing. You got an alien walking around in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm not sleeping tonight. Okay, so this facility, basically, they're probably just gonna have some secret operations there.
Yeah, some of it's CIA connected. They're using it for information. Yeah, too. Then, well, that's kind of like preparing for what's to come. As alien contact is being slowly unraveled. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Maybe they receive some kind of signal and they are like freaking out.
Yeah. They do all the time. They just don't tell anybody. Exactly. Oh yeah, they're not going to tell the public.
No, I got a tour.
We got nothing.
I got a tour, like a tourist kind of thing, and it was so shitty. It was like no information, no answers.
No,
absolutely nothing.
There's a dry version of it, but they will not build a dish like that in that area if there wasn't extraterrestrial connection there to begin with. So they are receiving a lot. They're just not going to tell anybody.
And this breaking down due to weather could be, but they have the funds to rebuild it. I just have to find out what kind of bogus this is. Yeah. But okay, thank you for your help. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Andrew.
Hi, greetings. I guess I just wanted to ask if you have any messages for me.
We just see you as a being that is known to live in the oceans, a mer person, a mermaid type of human, male normally, but you're also known to be as, we also see sea monster at one time, but a kind one for that matter. But you have been different type of alien type of forms in your past. So it seems like the oceans is, I don't know how you are with the ocean now, but the ocean is like one of your homes. It is connected to Sirius, but it's connected to several other star systems, not just Sirius. It just seems like a place where if you want to know about the world, you go into the ocean energy to know what's really going on the planet. So it seems also you're connected to alien bases that are underwater at this time too. Some of them are grave, not all of them. They're not going into details, of course, but yeah,
that's very interesting because I've felt that too. That I mean, I don't know a lot about my other lives yet, but that's one thing that stood out to me. And I was born by the beach, so yeah, for sure. Thank you. Do you have any other messages for me?
Well, yeah, because you're by the beach, so there, yeah, once again, to get information from it. So it doesn't mean that you always do that. You always incarnate by the water, but if you, like I said, if you need information, you find water, or even a lake for that matter. You just feel the vibrations of the place that you're in. So water is very connected to spirit also. Like that's where spirit brings in the downloads to earth. It does in other places. The water just comes right in. It's so easily to connect to a planet. So again, if you do a meditation or anything, water, I know like people can get like a little waterfall or something for yourself, or just, I don't know, whatever works for you. If you add water to your environment somehow, or just something small, it's up to you. You might feel a different energy shift there because it's like your energy blends right into the water vibration. That's what we say.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Blessings.
Yeah, thank you. Up next, we have Liz. Lizzie there? Oh, she's having technical problems, so she'll be back. So for the time being, we'll skip Liz and go to Christy.
Greetings.
Yes.
So my first question, I was just kind of wanting to know what's been going on with the ETs and all that, because I've been drawing the tall grays and the mantis and like the kids and everything. So it's kind of wanting more information on that.
Well, it feels like they're welcoming other alien beings here as Earth goes into a change. So when you're drawing those things, which is good, it shows, yeah, you're channeling their energies. So it's mostly a welcome energy, meaning there's more grays here than there have been in the past. It's just more mantis. They're all, so they have mystery guests. Obviously, well, that's up to you if you want to draw out what you feel and see. I think you already did that already, but it's like mystery beings that they're bringing here at this time for the awakening. So these beings have been, they're not really saying what they are because they're mysterious. They don't want to be known at this time, but they've been connected to this Earth for some time, meaning that alien beings that have been part of Earth's creation or assisting with the seeding of it, a lot of them left. Some of them are coming back. So you can say like some of them are Neanderthals.
Yeah.
That have been on other planets.
So last night I dreamed that I worked at a restaurant, and it was like a main hub for all kinds of strangeness. And I saw I just walked by giant feet. That's how tall they were, like 3 giants. And then like a big raven bird that was as big as a lab. And everybody was just, it was just strange. Everybody was. Yeah. And nobody was eating. They were just sitting, listening to music and drinking. So it's kind of a weird dream. That's what it felt like when you said a welcomer or something, because I worked there and helping everybody.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you're connected to the Earth, so you're allowing this to occur also. It's like you're welcoming them here too.
That's cool. Yeah. That's really cool. I like because it was all loving too, even though they were all people looking, but they didn't feel like people. You know, they felt like alien, like they were in a people body. You know,
Well,
human.
it was like almost like a reality like very thin to yours at this time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in the fourth dimension.
Very cool. That's cool. And then, so what are some of the Sirius, my galactic Syrian feline? Because I'm a Cancer sun and Cancer moon sign, and it's connected to Sirius portal. So I just kind of wondered about that too, about the connection with that.
Well, that seems like your mantis connection to allow what you're receiving. So you are a receiver, but in a different way. Because it seems like you can gather a lot, like you do the drawings, which is good because sometimes it can be you can get too much. That's what your son's there to balance you out. Of course, he came here as a foreigner, and he doesn't really talk human because he's not really human.
Yeah.
I don't think you can talk human if you wanted to, from what I can see.
Yeah.
So, no matter what, you always have a speech problem, which is all right. But yeah, you have information that is, you're part of, you're connected to the royalty. I also see you connected to the UN, but it's more like a galactic UN that we see you're at. So you go to all the meetings, you can say, for aliens and humans to, reconnect.
Yeah. So everybody can get along and everything.
So that's in Sirius, but it seems like you're here as we see it as like
an anchor.
Yeah, well, we see like a building, like a very tall tower that you're at the top of, and beings visit you there, or you greet them there. Like it's above the clouds. It's like in the fourth dimension. Yeah.
Cool. That is cool. And that's cool you said clouds because I see a lot of cloud ships lately too.
Yeah, because there's like a tower that's above the clouds, but there's clouds all around it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're seeing the clouds because you're seeing them and they're come in. So yes.
And what does it mean to walk on your tippy toes all the time?
No, so you can be tall as the beings that are there.
Being taller.
That's part of it. It just you can elongate yourself in astral. You can make yourself taller, but if you're doing the tippy toes, just you want to see a little bit more, something like that. That's what I'm saying on that. So.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we'll go back to Liz.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. Okay, so it seems to me that my mind is really not here lately. Not here. What's going on Earth, and sometimes I don't know. I come up with some ideas, and my husband gets like, "Where do you come this from?"
Well, see what the state of the world is, where it's going. So you're needed more in astral than you are here. So as a fractal of yourself, just enough of you is here to function as a human. But as you can see, there's a kind of a coup going on right now in the government, where there's a possible timeline of a new government system being brought in. But there's only so much that's allowed to come in right now. So more peaceful government is happening at this time. So on the surface, it's what you're being told, but on a galactic level, things are changing. This is mostly going to happen in your future, though, from what we see. So you're part of the setting up of it, from what I can see. So yeah, there's like a 1% version of you here right now. It seems 1 to 2.
Yeah.
So tired all the time. You're going out. If you feel like, wow, I can't do the simplest things anymore. Yeah. It's just temporary.
Okay. Well, I'm here for it, right?
They don't have a time when this is going to start. You sink back in. I would say next year, but I'm not 100% on that. You'll know than I do.
As long as I don't end up like a demented person.
No, You have enough of that here already on this one. Many others are taking that role. It
Yeah.
just seems like you're needed somewhere else right now. So you're doing the best you can to breathe some air into yourself to keep your. Because an astral is like, oh wait, my human self needs me. So they know. Oh, now I know my name. So yeah.
So is that why my son? I invited him to come over for a few months. Until his life gets better.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing? I mean, I probably will keep him more focused.
That's probably why. Yeah. To pick up the slack when you kind of zooming out. So it's not that you're getting dementia or anything like that. No.
Oh no.
You're needed for other things. That's all. And but you'll come right back 100% if it's necessarily needed. But this is the time for you to. It's almost like you're just in you're actually in several other dimensions at this time, not just one. You're in several different places at once. So what's being set up at this time? Most of it's classified, of course.
My attention span is like 2 seconds.
Yes. Yeah, when you start forgetting your name, it knows like, wow, I'm really out of here, aren't I? I don't think that's gonna happen, but it's almost like that though. It seems.
Yeah, there's no time for small talk.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, get down to the point. Exactly. We do see around a lot of Nordic beings, Palladian Nordic energies, playing a role in seeding the Earth, actually, with star seed beings. People are still having children here, so they're very much involved in more of a lighter energy. So there will be a time when nobody cares about government. People don't care now, but there'll be a time when people don't care about government at all. But it'll be more free, though. I mean, humanity won't be under the control it's under now. So.
Yes, well, the disclosure of how it really works. It's like a lot of people don't want to see the truth. Like even my son doesn't want to see the truth, although he does.
Yeah, there's a lot of timelines I can't go into right now, of course, but there's many changes on the way, of course.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we got James.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Hey, can you tell me about the energies of the song I was working on today? Like places on Earth or alien beings or anything?
Yeah, I feel like fairy energies have been connected to. In the moon, a new version of the moon, a more powerful version of the moon they're working on. I feel like you're here to release the reality that you're living in. So your music is, as you play it, any type of music you create, does kind of bring it like a dissolve energy to this reality. It's like you're putting out codes into the earth. So whatever you feel you need to do, don't feel like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. No, just do everything that you feel like you need to do at this time. So on a higher level, it all makes sense. Here, nothing's supposed to really make sense. It's kind of the point. So just as long as you know you're feeling it's right, it's all that matters.
I see. You talk connections to your collective. Any underwater felines and Sirius or any messages?
Yes. We want to add to our first question. Like when you do a song, if you feel like it's here to heal reality, we feel like you will get a sense of what it's doing. If you wish to tune into that, like you're healing something, like human traffic energy, whatever it might be. We're just putting that out there for you. For connections, yes, connected to the Mermaid Collective and Sirius. That's usually where you're connected to. That seems to be your home as a mer person. Of course, you've had other lifetimes. You're like the mer person, mer human, or however you want to word it. That seems to be where you're mostly at in Sirius. There's distractions, governmental anarchy, sometimes worse than your world, which is hard to believe sometimes. But also there's a lot of harmony there too. So it's like paradise. Like sometimes there are paradise worlds as worlds that are similar to this, but it's all underwater. So, blessings.
As you think.
Okay, blessings. Up next, I have Braden's questions he asked me to read. His first question: are there any messages for me?
Yeah, it seems like you're clearing out a lot of blockages. You're also helping in your growth into what you wish to achieve here. So your achievement will become more clear. It might not be clear right now, but I feel like your future is piecing it together as it is necessary. Of course, your connection to Tall Wise is helping, but I see some connections to Syrian moons that you're connected to, also for manifestation. You're learning how to manifest here as well.
Okay, thank you. Second question: are there any other messages for me or a message from the Tall Whites for me?
Well, the Tall Whites help ground this earth to assist with humans to even be here. Of course, there were humans here before Tall Whites. As you can say, there's always been a mystery how the humans ever got here. It's never always going to be 100%. Some say, "Oh, we know," but really, in the long run, nobody really knows. It's like it came with the planet. You can also say it came from other places, other universes, etc. So, but as a tall white energy, you're, I believe, not necessarily trying to figure it out, but to learn of what you can be as a tall white to expand that tall white existence to longevity, and also manifestation. Once again, here you're learning how to manifest through the tall whites here also. That happens. So they're very patient beings. That's why things take time. Blessings.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Catalin. He may have left. Hopefully, he makes it back. So we'll move on to Brock.
Hello, greetings.
Greetings.
Okay, so for my first question, my friend Mark is currently going through a lot, like mentally and physically. I was wondering if that might be something energetically, and if so, like how can he combat that?
Well, some of it's karmic. Self-love. He didn't have self-love in his past incarnations. In this life, he's learning it still. So it's basically accept what. Yeah, he has a lot of star being abilities too. Kind of drowning him out health-wise here. So it's basically explore himself, explore his star seed abilities. Is one way, his alien connections. Is basically explore his spiritual side. Let his mind open up. He's been closing it because he's not sure if it's right or not. What I can see. I'm not sure if his health will improve all that much, but there's a possibility.
Okay, thank you. Interesting. For my second question, I met some pretty cool people on Instagram, like spiritual group chat, and I was wondering if there's any soul connections between that.
Yes, you've been connected to their star system. They're not saying from where they come from, but you've been part of that alien group before in your past. On ships, on scout missions, and things like that. Some of them with the Pleiades or in the Pleiades. They're not really saying. You all been different species, and you seem like you always find each other, for what it seems, no matter where you go. So, I feel like you're reconnecting them to know more about yourself. It seems. What I can see there. So,
thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Anana.
Greetings, family. Can you hear me?
Yes, greetings.
Okay, perfect. So, I have challenging November in Underworld, so much work, and I was abducted, and they implanted some really high level shit in my body, and I feel like it's blocking my chakras. It's like a wire or something, and I meditate 5 hours a day now, and trying to take it out, but I don't understand. It's not clear for me if it's my body moving for 5-6 hours, and I don't understand if it's these things moving my body or my guides moving my body. So my question is, what's going on and how I get out of this, Is there any message on that?
Well, I feel like you are going through an upgrade. So yeah, there might be lower astral beings there, but also seems like higher. But your guides are the ones moving your body around. So they're letting you know that there's also star alien beings there too. So yeah, there was basically that connection was there to open you up. So I don't believe it. I mean, you can go by what you feel, but I don't feel like it's really causing you that much difficulty. I feel like you're just part of a transition of activating yourself is what we see.
Interesting. Yeah, I take what you tell. It's just, it's kind of like blocking my chakras in sitting in my throat. And I just sometimes feel like it's making my breath so hard. And
well, yeah, for now, yeah, you're going through a transition. So yeah, do your breathing. You're breathing. So the idea is you breathe out those blockages. Like, they breathe so that you can surround your chakra with light. Where you have a blockage, bring light, hold it there, and then breathe it out. You're breathing out.
Okay, got it. Okay, it's okay. So relax and just surrender to what's happening. Perfect.
Well, yeah, it'll release. You're going through a major transition, so.
Thank you. And my second question, I had a so powerful vivid dream this night, and my guides came visit me, and they told me that I'm from some powerful lineage, but I don't remember that, and I want to, clarify that.
Yes, it feels like there is Syrian connections. They're kind of keeping it quiet. I guess you can say from our point of view, it doesn't matter from where it is, but it's like there is a Syrian connection. But yes, you come from like a world of goddesses at one time. But the idea is to bring enlightenment, powerful enlightenment. So that's what you're reconfiguring yourself here on Earth. So you're resetting yourself here currently. You're in human form, and now you're resetting to more of a higher dimensional energy. So the Earth needs you at a higher dimension, which you're working on right now, for what it seems.
Yes, that's how I feel, and I like that they're silent about it.
Keep going. Yes, keep going. Yeah, go as high as you want, of course. Yeah, there's no stopping it.
Okay, I love you guys. Thank you.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we have Marvin's questions. He asked me to read for him. His first question: why did I feel my soul wasn't in my body, and it took a while for me to come together this morning?
Well, yeah, because you've been doing a lot of out of body experiences. You've been doing a lot of work in astral that's assisting with Palladians, it seems, for a form of contact. I'm not saying what exactly, but yeah, that's all they can say at this time. It's off the record, but it is contact you're working on.
Okay, thank you. Your second question: how did I get a scratch on my bottom lip, and what do the lower astral have as far as messages that can help me?
That seems like that's more of a reptilian energy. Marked once again. It feels like also you've been saying things that they don't like what you're saying. So it's almost like they're trying to shut you up. Not that you're going to, but there's like, I would say it's a warning, but don't worry about it. It's just that, you're talking a lot, and just some of them are like irritated for what it seems like. Once again, nothing to worry. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's all right. So, blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we got Tristan.
Sorry about that.
Yes.
Greetings.
Greetings.
So I got attacked on Sunday, I think, for the first time. I was meditating, and I had this vision of like being in a crowd of orcs. And anyways, the details aren't that important, except, well, there was a dead white woman, and then there were these body parts of children that seemed grown in a lab. Those are two things. I wonder if they're significant. But my question is actually, well, first, what was the dream about? And also, was my response, which was too long and complicated, but my emotional response was, I thought, this is okay. You're testing me to see if I can really accept, evil in its infinite evil. If that's what I think is my job, they were showing me like something really horrible and going, this is you, you this is you too, because you're infinite and part of this, and so do you like this? Don't you want to join? And my answer to that was, no, you guys are showing this to me, but who I am, and I may have done this and worse, I'm sure, but as I am now, I'm not wanting to participate in this. Go ahead, lead your life, but I don't care. And the question I have is, if I have the assumption that evil beings are better off if they go towards the light. It's like I'm going, well, you can do it, but I bet you'd be happier if you would be letting some of this go, because you don't want to get darker, you want to get light. But is that just a prejudice on my part? That's what I want to do. So there you go.
Well, first off, you wanted to see something, and now you are seeing it.
Yes. Thank you. Yay. Yes.
But yeah, that was like a recruitment in some regard. But it's also showing you the other side of the world of what you're working on. So these are beings you've been around a lot, actually. You're just now allowing it to come through. Because partly it seems like there was no necessary reason to see it. But now it seems like it's time for it. So, yeah, they're showing their side of how they look at things. So it's like either try to recruit them to positivity, doesn't always work, but you're kind of like letting them do their thing, and they're actually happier with that. But for people to understand they exist, because when positive people awaken to their light, they're going to see things that are that are disturbing. But that's for positive and disturbing to coexist. If that makes sense.
That does make sense.
That's what happens in spirit all the time. They see each other.
Yeah. It's something that actually, it doesn't scare me, because I think everything's fine. But it's like, what are these positive people going to do when they're going under the impression we're just going to get positive?
Exactly.
And, we've done it. We've managed to put all our attention on the positive, and now we don't have to worry about it. And then they're going to go, what's that evil doing there? I managed to ignore that. My life is great, but oh well.
Well, those beings, so those that are very positive, so this is what you've learned, because being too positive can be like a trap where they can be pulled into the dark very easily. So you're there to teach others. It's astrally.
Okay.
To be careful of what they wish for. You could say technically.
You'll get what you wish for. Was there any significance about the dead woman and the body parts, or was that just part of it?
That happens all the time. That's something that you're working on. I feel like you're part of the healing process of it, because they do take in positive beings and kind of take them apart, and you're there to put them back together.
Okay,
if you can. So
I don't have to give up going towards light in order to let them go. That's actually my path.
That's a trick. That's a trick.
Okay. Okay, and then just let them do their path.
Just stick with yourself. See, they're just trying to say, you need to become dark to help us, help this person. No, that's not the case.
No, okay. That's exactly what I wanted to know.
Because even these spiritual groups, those are people that aren't understanding. It's difficult, but some of the super positive ones, a lot of those are dark beings playing the hand of the positive so they can get people recruited. So,
wow. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you.
So call that a gift, seeing that.
Oh, yes.
Let's see, but it was still a gift.
Yeah. Well, because this morning I actually came to tears. I was considering this, and I went, "Do I have to say goodbye to these dark people if I'm supposed to just go to light?" It's like, and I said, "I just got to know them. I don't want to say goodbye." But okay, good.
Don't worry from them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, very interesting. Up last this evening is me. Thank you again for coming in. I've been going through some changes in my life, transitioning away from, like old cycles and things like that. And I was just looking to see if my spirit guides or any entities around me recently have any messages about my balance of and how my energies are doing.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of Martian energies that you're healing at this time. As the Earth is, you can say what's going on Earth happened on Mars also, where that the way elections got stolen or something like those lines. So there's parallel realities that you're dealing with at this time, it seems to. There's a Martian energy, but the parallel realities is what you're battling. So other versions of Earth is what you're going through at this time, is what we see. That's why you feel like you can't quite figure it out, but that's where we feel like a lot of your anxiety is coming from. If that's helpful at all.
Well, yeah, it's definitely something to dive into, but I'm not picking up anything at the moment. Usually comes to me later. So I'll just leave my second question open, see if I have any messages from Sirius or for your collective.
Well, there is other versions of Earth where you are a spiritual leader at this time. Not like a Jesus, but you are like to help people go deeper into their abilities or their powers, as you call them. So, and that's one of the reasons you're on this world, to make yourself a better teacher in the long run. So here to unlock a lot of your, I still see Martian energies. There's more to it than that, but the Mars energy was here to, because Mars played a big role in seeding the Earth, bringing more math, because the female energy kind of got out of control at one time on the Earth. Of course, everyone, their pens stopped working when they're writing down history. So you can say the Martian energy came here, the masculine, and just took over the planet, influence to kind of shut down the female, not to hurt it, but to calm it down, because it was getting kind of out of control at one time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you get the kind of feeling like that. I see like traces of it today, where there's still not a balance. There's
exactly
right. There's a push and pull and a reclaiming and a return of the divine feminine, but they take it too far again, and there's got to be a meeting of minds, both sides.
Some are, they're being manipulated from lower astral to rule others, to be remembered in history. A lot of those feminists that are in this public eye, they want to be remembered in history. That's what they keep telling themselves, no matter the cost. So, because they feel like being remembered in history is more important than what they're doing. So, but you're here to balance things out on multiple levels. You're also connected to, Syrian energies of your Syrian connections go back to Arabic, the Arabs, as a Syrian Arab. Desert worlds, ocean worlds, are also desert planets. So, and you're bringing that philosophy here. It's kind of not making itself clear because of the location where you're at, because the city you're in has a lot of archon. It's kind of like a miniature New York City, which is enough for you to send out your energy. So while you're in that location, so you can just connect to the energies of what you need to heal, what you need to work on for the Earth.
So, yeah, because it seems like they come find me. I don't have to go anywhere. Yeah.
No, you don't have to go. Yeah. And for now, and when you need to move or leave, you will. But they seem like they need you right. The world needs you right where you're at this time. That's where the battle is, you can say.
Yeah.
Beings do come to you for advice too. You might not always see it, but they do.
Yeah, I get a message of that. We're in astro though. Right. Yeah. With just a quick follow up on the mentioning how I said I'm leaving old cycles behind. Are there any karmic attachments and energies that are holding on to me that are not allowing me to transition the way I want to, or that I have to resolve and have like a piece sending off in a way, or can I just gracefully walk away from it?
The only thing I see is the father energy is there, mostly father energy that you're still healing. There's something there that has not been looked at or known it was even there to begin with. That's what we're seeing.
Well, yeah, there's an encyclopedia of issues there, but
yeah, there's a lack of love from the father or self-love of himself that you're working on. I do see him as a wizard being at one time.
Yeah, he raised me militarized, you know.
Yeah, and
in
a
a sense.
crab being too.
Yeah.
With like chopper arms, hands.
Mm.
Really, like chops his head off. Jeez. So, well, he's used to doing things quick and easy, and here things have gotten complicated. He's healing his soul. So that's if there's anything, it's that energy that you're working on this time.
All right. Well, very cool. Thank you very much. Blessings to you.
Blessings to you all in your journeys. Blessings from Sirius. Blessings. All right.